place award, the Olympia gold medal, the check for $50,000, and the title of 2022 Classic Physique Olympia champion to our winner, and still
there we
Classic
go.
Physique champ, four-time Olympian Chris Bumstead.
What's good, everybody? This is Brant at the Classic Physique Collective, and as you can see, Chris Bumstead took his fourth consecutive title in Classic Physique at this year's Mr. Olympia. So I'm going to show you guys today's highlights. I've got some awesome stuff for you in store. I want to thank you guys all who have subscribed. Make sure if you are not subscribed, you go do that down below. But we're going to get into the results from the 2022 Mr. Olympia. So as I mentioned, Chris Bumstead won the Mr. Olympia title this year, followed immediately by Ramon in second place out of Brazil. Ramon took second at the Arnold Classic this year, so improved on his placing of fifth from last year's Olympia. Great showing from Ramon. In third place, we had Urs Kalaczynski out of Germany. He finished behind Ramon at the Arnold as well. Urs placed fourth at the Olympia last year. In fourth place in his final Classic Physique Olympia. Hate to see him go. He's one of my favorites. One of the reasons I got into bodybuilding. That's Breon Ansley. So best of luck to Breon in 212, and we're going to miss you, man. In fifth place, we had Mike Summerfield out of Germany, improving 2 places from last year's Olympia. He finished 7th last year, 5th place this year. So very awesome job from Mike Summerfield. In 6th place, Terrence Ruffin out of the USA. He won last year's Arnold Classic, and Terrence slipped a little bit. I personally had him taking second before this show, but we didn't see Terrence's best, unfortunately. But I have a strong feeling he'll be back in better than ever next Olympia. In 7th place, Fabian Meyer out of Austria, coached by Boss of Outlaw, who also coaches Urs Kalaczynski and Wesley Vissers. So Fabian improved 1 place from last year, and I love his shape. Just a ton of potential in Classic Physique. Next up, finally cracking the top 10, Wesley Vissers out of the Netherlands. Finally took his top 10 spot. Wesley has been knocking on the door for quite some time now, so love to see him win. In 9th place, we had Alex Cambronero out of Costa Rica, slipping a few places from last year. He placed 6th. He's also a former Arnold Classic champion in Classic Physique, but I love Alex Cambronero's shape. Beautiful classic lines. Congratulations to him. And in his Olympia debut, Michael DeBoule taking 10th place. Michael DeBoule is the 2-time Arnold Classic UK champion. He also took the Dubai Pro this year. Big fan of Michael DeBoule. Probably some of the best conditioning that we've ever seen in Classic Physique has come from him. So that's your top 10, guys. We're going to jump into some highlights from prejudging to start out and then wrap with finals. Check it out, guys. Here we have 6 through 10. So from left to right, we've got Wesley Vissers, Fabian Meyer, Terrence Ruffin in the middle, Alex Cambronero being switched with Wesley Vissers, and Michael DeBoule on the far right. Hitting a front relax into a front double bicep. And you'll notice with Terrence in the middle, not quite as sharp as he usually is. Not really sure what caused that, but kind of noticed with his individual routine that there wasn't the definition in the quads that we typically see with Terrence. So I don't think we saw his best look here, but he will be back and likely better than ever next year. Back double bicep. And man, Michael DeBoule always brings that signature conditioning. The striated glutes are just insane. Turning around for an ab and thigh pose. And Fabian Meyer's quads are just insanely huge. Very detailed, but those are some of the biggest quad sweeps you're going to see on stage. Adductors are there as well. My favorite classic pose. Love that shot from Wesley, the twisting front double bicep. Very classic pose for him. Next up, we've got the guys who placed 3rd through 5th. So Breon Ansley on the far left, Urs Kalachinski in the middle, and Mike Summerfield on the far right, hitting a front double bicep. And man, I love this shot for Breon especially. I actually think Urs doing the twisting kind of takes away from his shape there. I would love to see Urs hit that straight on because he has such a small waist and big lats that tie in. I think kind of it does a disservice to him by doing a twisting front double. Kind of takes away from his shape, but back double bicep, this is Breon all day with the detail in the back, the muscle maturity, the striated glutes. Man, I love that shot for Breon. One of the best in the world at the back double bicep. Ab and thigh. And Urs ended up taking 3rd here. I probably would have taken Breon ahead of Urs simply because very similar level of conditioning. And on top of it, I would probably say that Breon I think he just looked more classic today. Much more balanced, especially with the upper body. I still think Urs is still a bit lower body dominant, but that's the 3rd through 5th guys right there at Prejudging. We're going to move on to Chris and Ramon now. Here we've got the 2-man call out of Prejudging with Chris Bumstead and Ramon Dino hitting front relaxed. And these guys were a very clear 1 and 2. I think they separated themselves from the pack with their conditioning, their muscularity, and these guys just had a lot more pop to them than everybody else. Side chest. You can see the incredible glute ham tie-in from both guys, the thickness through the arms and the deltoids, hitting a back double bicep. I think we saw improvement from both of these gentlemen in this shot. Ramon, I think his lats and his hamstrings grew this offseason, and Chris just looks bigger everywhere. Maybe with the exception of the arms, but man, beautiful shot from those guys. Ab and thigh here. And you can just see the detail in Chris's quads. Insane detail. And these guys ran through the poses a couple of times. We're just showing one iteration of these poses. Favorite classic here. Man, Ramon showing off those huge arms. That crucifix and then the twisting back double. Love that shot for both of those guys. Man, what an awesome call out with these two guys. Chris Bumstead and Ramon Dino. Now we're going to move on to finals, guys. This is your top 6 from finals. So from left to right, we've got Urs Kalachinski, Breon Ansley, Ramon Dino, Chris Bumstead, Mike Summerfield, and Terrence Ruffin, hitting a front double bicep. Now side chest. And I think Terrence actually showed up a lot sharper at finals spot, but I think we'll see a better version of Terrence next time on stage. And kind of interesting here, I was saying that I liked Breon a little bit more than Urs at this show. I love Urs. Awesome physique. But you can see that Breon was here on the inside. So I think they might have favored Urs at Prejudging, but potentially Breon here at finals. Now, back in a front relaxed pose. And Mike Summerfield has one of the best shapes out there. You're going to see him get switched with Urs there. So we've got Chris in between Urs and Ramon. But I love Mike Summerfield's shape. His front lat spread is probably only second in the world to Chris Bumstead. So you can see why he was top 5 this year. Ab and thigh for these guys. And a lot of them hitting a vacuum. So very interesting. Curious to know what you guys think about the vacuum. Is that a true ab and thigh pose, or is it kind of a cop-out? And then Terrence with a beautiful side tricep. And then the twisting back double again from Ramon and Chris. Breon with a different favorite classic pose, but shows off his arms. One of Breon's many strengths. And what a fantastic Mr. Olympia for classic physique, guys. So that is going to do it for the highlights today, guys. The 2022 Classic Physique Olympia again, Chris Bumstead taking his 4th consecutive Mr. Olympia. I want to thank you guys all for watching, and thank you again for subscribing, guys. We really appreciate it. We're trying to grow this channel, show everybody that classic is the future. I'm Brant, signing out for Classic Physique Collective. Keep it classic, guys. See ya.
Back double bicep. No touching.